is in around family matters from what I see here. Now I'm just going to the general energy, and then we'll get into it on a more specific basis with the clarifiers. But for the moment, what I see here is we're starting out with the Ten of Cups, which of course is the happy card. So this is all about family matters and that emotional harmony, the happiness, that sense of fulfillment related around your relationships, around your family, and or those that you consider to be family. But it certainly seems to be the thing that is at the forefront here. Now, again, the Ten of Cups is a starting point as, you know, the happiest card in the deck, basically. So it really is telling you that your feelings are on a really strong foundation. So this is a time where you can be feeling a sense of permanency in those matters. So basically, you're finding, you know, that there is some kind of enduring happiness, there is an enduring success around your connection as a whole and in terms of family. And it feels like everything is going in the right direction with, you know, prosperity and all of the things that are important to you in around security. And that's helping to expand that area as well. So it's just typically a high level of fulfillment. And I just feel like you are feeling achieved in some way or accomplished in some way and very safe and protected around the things that matter to you. So that's a level of true happiness. Now, in terms of even in work situations, because again, it's more encompassing when I talk about relationships, it can be, again, focusing on true love, commitment, that, but primarily I see this is just around the relationship space that seems to be giving you a certain sense of, you know, reciprocity, or there's a level of commitment and well-being because of some kind of improvement to that area. Now, it is clarified by the, I'm just going to bring this forward. It is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So it feels like there's more of a cooperation in that area. So again, this is more of a multiplicity, not just around family matters, but it's certainly those things that are around your foundation and your security. So Ten of Cups and the Three of Pentacles is more of a working, you know, symbiotic relationship to the things around you that create a strong sense of foundation. What I want to say there as well is it's also mastering a skill or becoming much more accomplished, you know, in an area that you wanted to find some level of expertise in. So there's something through that effort, that cooperation, that indicates that there's success from it and it's showing now. So I would say that you're, you know, in your personal level or in your personal life, as well as in, you know, family life, and again, things around your foundation, those relationships are progressing well because it's a shared effort. There's more trust, there's more mutual support in around those areas. So a lot in terms of partnership basically is where you're finding that shared success and happiness, because that is helping to create a strong foundation for you. We do have it coupled up here with the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords in that area does indicate that there has been some changes that have been made. So I definitely feel as though you're in that space where, you know, there might have been some kind of level of confusion possibly with the Five of Swords, where fives are all about adjustments and having to fine tune something. But it looks like it's past basically. So again, even with that Five of Swords energy, you're coming out on top. You've reached some kind of pinnacle of happiness here that's helping you to kind of push things forward. And again, even with the Five of Swords, that is, you know, coming out of a space where, you know, things, you didn't feel people were there for you. You didn't feel supported. You felt like, you know, there was too much kind of working against you basically. And so I feel like you're coming out of that space and things are starting to become much more reciprocated. Now, and there's much more of a willingness to compromise and make things work for everybody. So again, I do feel like you are in a really positive space because you're finding joy and satisfaction in your connections and all of that. So moving on to the next card there, again, whatever the disagreements were with that Five of Swords energy, moving out of that. So we are now moving on to getting out of that underlying tension, which is still in a period of release, because when I see that Eight of Cups, it's, you know, again, coming out of that Five of Swords energy where there was underlying tension or conflict, which was interfering with the balance of your foundation. So again, that can be unnecessary disputes or whatever, but it may have undermined things for a while, but again, it's putting you back into a space of Eight of Cups, Emperor, and King of Swords. So that basically is telling me things are moving into a more of an alignment. So there's more of a situation of authority, clearer thinking, better decision making. And that means that you're having to get rid of some of that residual negativity that was still sort of circulating in the mind. So you're not fully free of it, but it is still something in the back of your mind, or something where your needs weren't met, but it feels like you're moving forward to something that's much more meaningful, a lot less emotionally challenging or difficult. And especially, hi there, Ryan. Yeah, I can. What I'll do is I read the reading first, and then I do those readings individually for people, just a few at the end, just so that I don't confuse the reads. But for sure I can. So, but just, put your question up there and we'll go from there. So again, Eight of Cups, you're in that space of just kind of getting rid of some of the unsatisfactory, periods of things in your mind that were holding you back. So again, whatever wasn't meeting your needs anymore, that's kind of being, uh, you're I don't want to say shelving it, but you're putting it off to the side and dealing with the things now that are within your control. Now we are moving into the Emperor energy, and again with the swords. So this could be dealing with an authority figure, a masculine figure, somebody who likes to be in control. I don't know that this is necessarily you, although it could be, but I do feel like this is somebody who's very structured and likes to have a leadership quality. This could come off as King of Swords is definitely somebody who's very good with their words, somebody who's very intellectual, especially with the Emperor here as well. There's a sense of confidence they exude, and they like to have a mastery over their environment. So there's something here about, a very established way of doing things, which helps you to bring about that stability into your life or in your situation that we're referring to. So there's a better sense of control around a masculine figure. And again, the King of Swords can also represent somebody who is air sign energy, or could also represent as somebody, sometimes they can represent as, having qualities of an air sign, but they may also be, a different sign. But the basis around that is that they represent with having a fair amount of intellect and fair amount of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius sort of energy, where they're fair, logical. This is dealing with the legal system as well, but definitely somebody who has a lot of ideas and is able to communicate effectively. So overall, this person I feel does not react emotionally for the better part. They are someone who, is very level-headed in whoever it is that you're dealing with. But I feel like everything is dealt with from, a calm, controlled sort of measure of intention. So this is where they're coming from, basically. And I feel like that is in some way helping you to sort of center in the whole of the read. I mean, to their detriment, somebody could be a little bit on the over controlling side here as well, and that may also be something that's been a factor because of where it's placed with the Eight of Cups. So I feel like there is a sense that someone has been a little bit overly dominant in that way as well for the better part here, because you're having to release something around that. Now, there is something here about, also, research, study, all of that kind of thing, whether it's you, them, or just in general. But it's very established energy, and so it feels like it's been around for quite some time. So basically, this person could again be also you coming through with more clear communication, but because it's around that Eight of Cups, I tend to feel this is around someone that's external to you or in your sphere. So, King of Swords again is cutting through sort of any confusion or emotional noise and able to understand something better. And when it's, coupled together here with the Eight of Cups, it's like you step back to the areas that it was unsatisfactory, and you're able to, kind of see through, the emotional confusion, basically. And it's time to take charge, get grounded, be logical, be fair-minded, and kind of move forward. And that's where I see that combination. So now we're moving into, and again, can also be dealing with, like I said, more of air sign sort of energy, or just very masculine, strong masculine energy here, but somebody who's extremely, focused on thinking critically and dealing with things, from that point of view. So sometimes that can come off also as being a little bit more blunt, or, you know, they can communicate well, but it can also be a little more cutting and less sensitive to your needs. But they also have very high standards. So again, can be to the negative, somebody who's a little bit more overbearing or controlling, but very well established structure and routine seems to be the overriding energy around that. Okay, so now we're on to the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups, I feel, is more your energy here. This is somebody who is coming from more of a, an open mindset of, emotional energy. This can be somebody who's quite sentimental, and you might also be in that space of doing a little bit of reflection, but it's also where you're committed to tradition. And this is where there's the growth aspect for you. Because there is going to be some news being communicated on that front as well. Again, could be dealing with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but there is some nudgings or qualities to develop, within yourself. So I feel like that is a card of fulfilling you on an emotional basis. And I feel like you're actually happier working from home, um, with this card here as well. But there's something here about, even more of a positive experience that's coming in. With the Page of Cups as the follow up here. So I'm just pulling the other cards that came up around it. Now, the information, and it is feel like it's going to be information that's coming in here, but it's also a clear mindset. And I do feel like you're getting some kind of overall clarity in this February period, that is going to be something that you can take advantage of. So I feel like you're becoming a lot more, like I said, just a better understanding of something. So it's more of a lucid understanding. So that's allowing some more flow in your life here as well. Like there's more of a healing, but there's definitely a lot more around communication here as well. But it is moving toward overall stability. And I feel your loved ones and things around your foundation are going to be, swiftly moving ahead. It's like there's new ideas or something that's coming in here as well. Now, the Queen of Cups, as I said, has emotional intelligence and compassion and intuitive abilities. They have a deep empathy for others as well. It's more of an emotional maturity at this point, and it is a queen, so it's very receptive, still taking information in. And, this is where you're offering to sort of care for others and do more along that line. It is followed up by the Page of Cups, as I mentioned. So the Page of Cups can be dealing with a younger energy as well, and they could be certainly playing into this read and being a part of that emotional new beginning or creativity. And it feels like there's almost messages that are being communicated or conveyed. Somebody is extending themselves out, reaching out to you in an emotional way. And it just feels like it's a very playful, innocent energy here. So I feel like this is also an overriding theme, that there's more of an exploration of learning in terms of your emotions, that you're sort of um, coming into awareness of. Now, the Ten of Swords does, Kate, this is all the clarifying energy. The Ten of Swords does tell me that that is an end of a difficult situation. So whether you felt you had emotional exhaustion, which it does feel like that is a very strong, overriding message here. It feels like you went through a certain level of pain or a hard ending. And again, there were communication issues, I feel, overall, but that's where it's at. It's behind you. That's where you've reached like the lowest point of an emotional exhaustion, where you just felt like things were really you weren't able to have any real input in a situation. Now we are reached out to, so when you get to that, the tennis means that you're now moving into obviously the Ace of Swords. So it does mean that there is better communication overall. So there is clarity, there is a new mental beginning. This is more insight and more breakthrough, cutting through the confusion. And it definitely feels like whatever the mental challenges you were undergoing, you now have a fresh perspective and an ability to see through and see things clearly. And you now have some kind of a new truth or a new idea to advance you into the next months going forward. So again, it feels like the levels of communication have improved. That difficult emotional cycle, you've gained a fresh perspective, and now you're able to use that healing and that growth and communicate differently. It's like more of a right mindset for the situation has been achieved. Now, the last two cards here that I do see, as your Chariot, and then we also have the Nine of Wands. Now, this is actually your obstacle energy. So, taken together, first off, we do know that We do know that the Chariot, when it's considered more of an obstacle, I mean, that can also indicate that there is something here of, could have been aggression, could have been a strong desire to kind of move in a particular direction, but the obstacle suggests that there was an inner or external struggle that was kind of beyond your control in this situation. So again, it's like you're harnessing your inner drive again, and you're getting better control over the forces in your life. And now it represents that victory, that determination, that sense of control to go beyond that obstacle. So there is something here about charging ahead. And again, whatever the resistance was with the Nine of Wands, you persevered, you have that mental fortitude. And again, even though you're more, coming out of this mentally fatigued, you're still sort of in that energy with mental fatigue. But again, it feels like you're showing up to overcome the obstacle. So you're fighting through the battle, and it feels like you have the strength to keep going despite, a little bit of defensiveness and exhaustion. But overall, I feel the challenge is pushing you through, and I feel like it has certainly taken a lot out of you to get to this point. But overall, I feel like you have more clarity on the direction that you're headed. You don't lack direction. Whereas before, I feel like you did lack a certain level of direction. You weren't sure how things were going to turn out. There might have been some external resistance as well. And again, that could have been the exhaustion that was standing in your way. But overall, I just feel like you're focused on your goals again here. You have more of a strategy, and you're approaching things, in the right ways, I would say, despite the sense of feeling a little overwhelmed. Last cards out. These are the cards that are in around what you have actually going for you as an advantage. Queen of Wands is definitely somebody who's really magnetic and charismatic, and draws a lot of attention to themselves. Very confident energy here as well. So I definitely feel like this is somebody who has a natural ability to lead. So I do feel like this is almost like a little bit of a powerful couple, because there is, and again, if it is relationship oriented, for others, this is just somebody in your work atmosphere that is showing up as somebody who's got a lot more control issues. The other one is a little bit more on the creative side and energetic, and has the ability to inspire and motivate others, that kind of thing. But either way, that is what's showing up as your advantage in this month. Your personal power is showing up in your creativity. It's your enthusiasm that helps you to take charge of situations and move forward. That's where your level of confidence is going to come from in the period of February. Again, I feel like you're seen as someone who is strong, dynamic, and capable, because that's what that card represents. And we also have it followed up by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a really strong card. It isn't the major arcana that really, this is just more of a clarifying energy. So it's not as impactful, but it does indicate that you've come from a place of wisdom. You're really involved with structures and tradition, institutional knowledge, and established systems of knowledge. That's what's important to you here. So whether that's coming from a foundation of religion or education or a combination, but you do require structured forms of wisdom and able to take advantage of, and that's your advantage for this month to help you to succeed, is accessing those, the guidance from those spaces, from those intuitions, from that deep knowledge, from those traditional norms or systems. That's where you get your security and your support from for this period. And again, it's a powerful combination, because not only do you have personal power and the wisdom to sort of execute it, but you do have the wisdom on your side, with the Hierophant. So you're able to provide a better structure from that deeper understanding, and that's an established source. So you can tap into your intuition, but you also have this independent nature that you're drawing on, that's creative. And you also have the tradition and the institutional support that somehow plays a role. Again, this could be dealing with structure with business or some kind of job situation, but either way, you're making a really good balance out of the combination of all three. So I feel like you have the ability this month to bring fresh energy and ideas to even traditional systems or structures, or to something that's very represents around your foundation. But either way, I just think this is an amazing combination here, like I said. And again, starting off with that 10 of Cups, that's your main cards out. And that was definitely, let's back here a bit. Again, 10 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, that was your main cards out. That really speaks to, again, teamwork, collaborating, building through, to make things greater, you know, to make your life better on this, on the, sorry guys, one sec here. Sorry, I had to drink the coffee. My throat gets a bit dry. Anyway, when I talk too much. But anyway, the Three of Pentacles is that card of, you know, letting you know that, you know, you really need the team work to make the dream work, as they say. That is you improving your skill set as well and crafting things together. There's more mastery, but everything is working together because you're getting feedback and you're going to be creating things that are more lasting. So definitely excellent. Yeah, excellent read. Like I said, you're supporting one another. You have the support. It's a shared success, and it just feels like you're building lasting emotional memories. Okay, so we're going to do the question here for Ryan, and let's see what's coming in for Ryan. All right, one more sec here. Just going to shuffle the deck again. What is coming in with for Ryan, or is Ryan dealing with at this point? So in the month of February. Okay, I'm just going to say I got a flash of the Four of Swords that came out and a Queen of Cups. I'm still shuffling, but it does feel like it's, you know, Cancer, like water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be relevant as well. There's something here around sitting back or relaxing or needing rest, something like that. But again, that I'm not taking those cards yet. We're just going to keep going. Okay, so what is coming in for Ryan in the month of February? What's coming in for Ryan in the month of February? Okay, I do feel like things are around family matters. What is the Four of Wands? Or around your foundation for sure. You do have some good news here. Oh, Page of Pentacles coming through and the Ace of Cups. Wow, that's a really good combination, actually. So I don't know if you were, I don't know if this was unemployed or something, but definitely I feel like if you were unemployed, you do have a job situation that's coming up, or at least you have an opportunity, even in terms of something, it's like two options. Let's just see, let's clarify what that is. What is the Ace of Cups? What is the Ace of Cups? Because that can be an emotional beginning with someone as well. And Page of Pentacles, communication of some sort coming in here. What is the Ace of Cups? Chariot. Kind of feels a little bit more along your destiny of like work things, but let's see. Page of Pentacles, or maybe one's relating around the other as well, or affecting the other. Eight of Wands. You're worried about something. What is the Chariot, Ace of Cups? Yeah, coming in very soon in February. Why the Four of Wands? Why the Four of Wands? Why the Four of Wands? And if you like my content, guys, love it. If you subscribe, definitely try to do what I can for you guys and keep the channel going, all of that. What is the Four of Wands and the Moon? Four of Wands and the Moon. All right, well, it does feel like you are dealing with something for sure, Ryan. But let's just see, what was that Page of Pentacles? It feels like you're in a place of decision making. What is the Ace of Cups? And what is the Knight of Cups? Okay, it feels like you're trying to manifest something. You're trying to make something happen here. And it feels like you aren't really quite maybe sure how to go forward with it. What I'm going to say is it feels like it's definitely around your like your foundation or impacts like the family or something like that, but it's definitely in around your stability. The Four of Wands starts out letting know that it's like you have a mix of, you know, wanting to, because, well, I'm going to just try to sort of clarify here, because the Moon is definitely a card of feeling, it's like a mix of, yes, I want to celebrate, or I want something to go forward. I want some of that, you know, but yeah, there's a feeling beneath the surface that tells me that you're not really clear, or you're not really recovered, or you're not really quite ready for something. And so even though the Four of Wands indicates that there is a sense of stability and harmony in a situation, and again, it could be a milestone of a marriage, or, you know, a sense of accomplishment around something, or you're about creating this solid foundation and celebrating some success, but, you know, because of hard work, but it's like something's not quite right there. I want to say with the Moon, it's like either you are creating too much around too much worry about something that could be dealing with a contractual situation, or again, a Libra, Aries, or sorry, not Aries, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But there's something here at play that has to do with not seeing something clearly around the home foundation. And so it's like you're not quite restful or peaceful in the mind. So there's something here about, something requires your attention for sure. The moon is a card of just be cautious in going forward, because there might be some secrets or some confusion that hasn't quite revealed itself. It will reveal itself though, just to let you know, because I do see, you do have the King of Swords here, so that information will come through, and definitely could be, as I said, dealing with an air sign. But it feels like, for sure, trust your intuition, stay keen to synchronicities or anything that's unusual, stay aware to, be able to navigate through whatever the difficulty is there. But there's something lurking beneath the surface, which you are going to be aware of very soon. The Page of Pentacles and of Wands, it feels like very, very soon. Something is going to be coming in really quick, and then you'll be able to figure it out. Now, the Nine of Swords does tell me that there's a lot of worry or concern about the really stuck in your head. You feel trapped. So again, this is a learning opportunity for you with Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Now, this could be things around an investment. This could also be things that you're concerned about around a work situation with the Page of Pentacles. So something that is an area where it's relating around learning, work, or a practical matter seems to be the issue. So again, this is also representing a new opportunity for you, though, where you can learn, where you can grow, and it's something that is in the material world. It is practical in nature, so it is something that's going to be tangible that you'll be able to gain from. It's valuable knowledge, but you do have, like I said, it's going to help you out in the physical world, because there's a lot of movement around it. The Page of Pentacles means it's something positive. There's no real major arcana here. So this is something that's kind of a bit of a shift in a smaller, it's unfolding in a smaller way. So it's like it's progress, it's communication that's rapidly coming in. Something is going to unfold at a very quick pace. There's a sense of excitement and energy around it. And I feel like you're worried about it, you're worried you're not going to hear about something, but there is a sign of great progress here. It does feel like you will have that new project, that job, or that, for study or whatever it is there, because it's going to be coming in pretty quick. The communication and opportunity is there, and it's going to bring swift movement to help you to lay that foundation, the groundwork. So it's just a reminder to stay adaptable to the opportunity coming your way, because you're going to have rapid growth and development in it, whatever it is. Now, we also have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, again, can represent that there is an emotional new beginning here, and it feels like this is also a blessing coming in from the universe. So it's not necessarily wish fulfillment, but it is something that you need that's going to help you to advance. So again, I feel like if you were looking, and it does strongly feel like it's something about job or work-related situation that you're going to get communication about. But again, there is an underlying, tone as well in around somehow it affects your foundation or a relationship here as well. But there is a correlation to the work aspect. They're not unrelated somehow. So again, Ace of Cups and the Chariot is incredible, rapid growth, like I said, in a particular way. But it's also having, because of this dynamic pairing with the Ace of Cups and the Chariot and with the Knight of Swords, it's like immediate, like it's rapid, really rapid information, something that's giving you this powerful drive. There's a strong emotional beginning here. And again, it's almost like it's representing kind of a renewal of your heart space. Like you feel like there's a new emotional experience starting here. There's something here that helps you to feel like you have something to look forward to, and you've got the drive now to push forward with determination, with control. And like I said, it's a really good pairing, because it signals that you've had like a little bit of an epiphany here about this new phase in your emotional life as well as in your work life, and you just feel more connected and more inspired to go forward. The Chariot card is not in the main energy yet, but it is coming in. So just know that you'll be able to move forward with confidence, with purpose, despite the obstacles, just going up ahead here. You're not quite in that energy yet. It's like the information comes in the month of February for you, is where that stands. But just, it's like a fresh emotional restart. And again, then once you hear this information, it feels like all of a sudden you have the drive and the focus to kind of pursue what you wanted to do emotionally. because again, it's an new emotional phase or connection, and you have the strength and the willpower and the determination to make it happen. I did pull a couple of other cards here off to the end, but they're also putting you at a point of a decision. So again, there is definitely something through for you, but it's like, and you're trying to manifest it. This is something you really wanted to happen, but again, with the Two of Swords, it tells me that you feel maybe stuck or stymied in some way because something doesn't feel like it's advanced, but it is in a huge way, actually. Because not only do you have the Two of Swords, but it's also followed up by the Knight of Cups, and again, it's tied into your emotions. And it is something that you're trying to make happen, something that you have the skill for. Um, but you definitely have a purpose here with all of the combination. You know, even though you feel like you're at a bit of a mental impasse and you're not sure, you're uncertain, you're conflicted, you know, about this new direction, but it does feel like, you know, and you will need to balance the heart and the mind to kind of make right, you know, the direction that you're going in. But again, you have so much opportunity, so much motivation, movement with the Knight of Cups, movement with the Eight of Wands, movement with the Page. Like there's um, movement from you with the Chariot as well. So you are acting on this. Again, it feels like it could be a little further out, either maybe end of February or March, but definitely the information is coming in the month of February, which is going to help clear things up for you. So again, it's like an emotional approach to a situation is starting out. You're pursuing a dream, an ideal, or a romantic opportunity, but there's a lot of passion and enthusiasm with what this is. And again, with the Magician, it feels like it's all about tying it into your personal power, and you are using your skills and resources to make that a reality. It's taking things from the ether and putting it into the practical, putting it into the physical world. So it's not something that's really in the mind, it's now going to have a tangible effect. You know, going forward in March, but at least the information is coming through in the month of February. And it's you having an actual talent to build on. There's a creativity, there's a willpower, and there's a lot of confidence with a lot of these cards here. So it's like you're leveraging on those abilities to make something happen. So again, strong emotional drive. You're definitely getting clarity. You're making good use of your resources, your skills. A lot of confidence coming in here, even though you feel like you've been at a bit of an impasse, conflicting emotional to mental, you know, and again, indecision with the Two of Swords, but it feels like you are taking really decisive action on this path. So just remember, you actually have a lot of power, a lot of inspired action, a lot that you can trust in here, you know, despite your worry within the mental realm of things, because you've got a lot going for you. Like I said, you have the ability to make your dreams move forward. And again, somehow it impacts the emotional aspect here. Well, it feels like the two are tied together. So hopefully that gives. Sorry, guys, my phone just kind of interrupted there. I hope that's still able to connect there. Anyway, just wanted to say overall, amazing cards. So I'm going to leave it at that. Keep forward. See you in the next read.